All right, the key to being a successful real estate investor is finding maximum discount properties, buying properties at a maximum discount, or what Warren Buffett would say, margin of safety. And the key to doing that is finding motivated sellers. And in this video, it's gonna be all about how to find motivated sellers in wholesale real estate. All right, in this video, I'm gonna break down my 5 most favorite lists of exactly what we're doing in my real estate business today. I run a $1 million wholesale company, and I'm gonna give you my 14 years knowledge in a very short time frame. So get ready, here we go. And also, I almost forgot to mention, stick around. I've got multiple free gifts that are gonna make your life so much easier, and I wish I would have had these just starting out. All right, it's 2013. I'm on my 3rd rental property. I was failing my way forward with each one of these, but now it's funny how things happen and you learn from them. I am now over leveraged. I'm maxed out to the debt and the banks are calling. And I'm also the Army. I was in the Army at this time and they sent me to a private school to become an Army officer. And my GI Bill is only covering so much of my classes. So I had to come up with extra money. So now the bill collectors are calling. I have 3 rental properties. I used to be a business owner. I deployed to Afghanistan twice. I am embarrassed, like, for bill collectors to be calling me. And I'm sure, you know, some of you watching this video may have been in my shoes, but I needed to make money fast. So what did I do? Finding motivated sellers to do wholesale real estate is the best way to get started. So I'm like doing a reset, like almost like the year of the Jubilee. Basically, I want to pay down everything, but I needed to make money fast. I couldn't keep buying rentals and waiting 30 years for the tenant to pay down my mortgage and my appreciation to go up. And oh, by the way, the tenants were trashing my houses faster than I could fix them up because I needed to learn the hard way. You know, ultimately the road to success is sometimes through the gutter. So here it is, 2013. I pull a list. And how did I find this list? It was on a program called Propstream. I've got a link for you below in the description. It's called thelandsharkslist.com. This is a 7-day free trial to Propstream. So this is a 7-day free trial to Propstream, and it's $99 a month after this. This list is so valuable, using Propstream and pulling this list. And then what list was I pulling? I pulled a list called Notice of Default. This was a list of people that were behind on their mortgages. And then there's also another amazing list on Propstream that I love. It's called the Vacant House List. But let's go back to 2013 and exactly how I did it then. I printed out this entire list of an area called Palm Bay, and I drove to 13 houses all in one shot, and I knocked on every one of the doors, and I would also leave a little sticky note. And that sticky note, one sticky note, got a call on it, and it turned into my very first wholesale deal. I found out what the guy paid on the mortgage. I ultimately went under contract with this guy for exactly what he owed on his mortgage. The house was in shambles. So I got that property under contract and I went straight home and I put that property on Craigslist. I took pictures and video while I was there. I got all the information, put it on Craigslist, put nice photos, and I literally got a call within like 2 days of putting it out there because thank God I only had 7 days to get this property transferred because this guy was about to get kicked out on the street, and luckily I had it for a great price. So I had a buyer like chomping at the bit, ready to get this deal. So found the buyer, his name was Lou. He bought this property. It made me a quick $4,500 net profit on my first wholesale deal. I got it for $150,000. Lou bought it for me for right at $155,000 minus some expenses. I ended up giving the seller $600 cash in an envelope. So ultimately I made about right at $4,400 net profit-ish on this deal, not including a couple little random expenses. But the proof of concept was there. Here's what's really cool about this. I left my Craigslist ad up, and about a week later, a lady named Tanya, she's a brand new wholesaler. She's just starting out. She goes, "Hey Brent, I saw that you had a house in Palm Bay. Do you have any other buyers for this house in Sebastian I got it under contract for $140. I know it's worth way over $160, $170. I said, "You're absolutely right. I've got buyers. You called the right guy." So I call Lou back. He doesn't want it. And luckily, I was smart enough to call the title agent that closed on the deal. And she was just so happened to be looking for another rental property. So she purchased this property for $149. Tanya had it under contract for $140. Me and Tanya were going to split anything over 140. So we got 149. So we both got to split $4,500 within a 30-day time frame. I did 2 wholesale deals in real estate. All right, now let's go from 2013 to where we are today. I now have a full thriving business. We've done millions and millions of dollars in wholesale deals. You know, land is absolute our most favorite because it's completely untouched, it's untapped, there's virtually no competition. You can do this from anywhere in the world. But let's talk about my 5 most favorite lists. That is what I want to get to you. That way you can find motivated sellers in wholesale real estate. Let's talk about the very most favorite, and that's usually a free list that you can get from the county treasurer's office. Now, I am finding that some counties are starting to charge a little bit for this, but that's okay. It is so worth it. Get this list. It's called the tax delinquent list. What does that mean? That is people that are not paying their property taxes. Ultimately, nothing screams motivated more to me than someone not paying their property taxes, but there's one more thing that screams even more motivation. It's someone that's multiple years behind on their property taxes and they live out of state. That just like screams like, come buy my property from me, come buy my land, come buy my house. I love those deals and I love mailing those people. I love to get in front of them and say, hey, I'm the man. I will buy your property. Next is code violation list. What does this mean? Code violations could be anything like high weeds, graffiti, like condemned houses, like unlivable standards, safety hazards, junk cars parked out front. I love mailing the code violation list. How do I find that? Like in Colorado, we call it the CORA list. It's Colorado Open Records Act, CORA. Every state has a little bit different, but it's an Open Records Act. It's free to the people and you get access to this list, and it's kind of cumbersome. You get the records, you got to look the records up, figure out who the owners are, then what their mailing address is, but it's totally worth it. I hired a virtual assistant to help me get through this. All right, next is the water shutoff list. This is so valuable and it's a very, very hard list to get. You can't just go and buy this list. You literally got to know the guy at the county shutting the water off, and he's got to literally write down on a piece of paper the addresses he shuts off because, it's not just a published list, but this is pure gold. Someone that's getting their water shut off probably has a challenge that's needing solving and probably may need to sell their house, and they probably haven't been keeping up with repairs on their house. But this is a very delicate list, so not very many people on this list, so you want to make sure you definitely do everything you can to serve these people. All right, I already talked about the notice of default list that can be found at landsharkslist.com, and then my final list, number 5, is driving for dollars. What does this mean? We're driving in our car, whether we're Uber drivers or pizza delivery drivers, or we're going to and from work, take a different route every time you go and drive for dollars. Any houses with like ugly shingles or the blue tarps on their roof or needs a paint job or their high weeds or everything I talked about in the code violation list, like junk cars out front, the house just looks ugly. That is called driving for dollars. And I want to give you an amazing app that's going to make your life so easy when you do it. You can literally just drive by, stop, take a picture, mark it, and then that app will mail these people an actual postcard saying, hey, we'd like to buy your house. Here's my phone number. Here's my email. Call me. And how can this app be found? It's below in the description. That link in that description is called dealmachineapp.link/TLS. as in the land sharks. All right, so I made you a promise about a free gift. Before I do that, I want you to hit that subscribe button. I'm always coming out with more content, giving more free gifts away. Exactly what we're doing with my team of 7 people. Our team is just flourishing. As I'm filming this video, we're doing deals right now. So definitely hit that subscribe button. I want you to get notified when I come out with more of these videos. All right, so the free gift, I'm gonna give you my postcard that's brought me in millions of dollars in revenue. You know how I'm talking about mail that shut off list, mail the code violation list, mail the tax delinquent list. I'm gonna give you the exact postcard that I mail. There's a link below in the description, and it is thelandsharks.com/postcard. It can be found below in the description. It's the exact postcard that I'm using to mail. Now, who's going to mail this for you? I talked about the Deal Machine app to where they send a postcard for you, and my link is below in the description as well. Hopefully they flash it on the screen for me as well. But I want to talk to you about a mail house that I've been using since 2015, and they've served me phenomenally well. And that is landofferletter.com. Go ahead and put your name and your email and your phone. Tara will reach out to you, and she will take these lists and take that postcard and edit it for you. And we do what we call a mail merge, and she'll send it out for you.